Hey everyone, let's do this. This is day one of my 30-day challenge where I am going to, for 30 days, do a pretty strict carnivore diet with a lot of fasts in there. So like intermittent fasting, some prolonged fasts, and a few different things. And I'm also going to do at least 5 days of exercise per week, and I will explain some of my exercises. So why would I want to do this? There is a number of reasons. So I'm going to maybe start with 7 reasons why I would want to do a challenge like this. My number 1 reason is I find moderation extremely hard for me. I'm one of those people that if I say moderation, like I can have a couple of chips, moderately have chips, then I end up eating the whole bag. If I say I'm moderately going to have some almonds, I eat the whole bag. So I do find when I get really strict, it is easier for me to follow because there is no moderation. Like I know what I can eat. I can eat meat, right? So, and I am going to be doing no cheese. I find dairy doesn't work for me, so I'm not going to be doing that. So that is one of my reasons why I'm doing this. Another reason why I'm doing this is for autophagy and ketosis. So when I fast, I'm going to be getting autophagy, and I have done some videos on autophagy, but it's really regenerating, recycling cells, and I know I've done a lot of damage to my body over the years, and so I want the autophagy to recycle those cells and get rid of them and move on. Also, when we're doing extended fasting, we get into ketosis, and doing a carnivore diet, yes, some of the protein, some of my meals will be bigger, and it will be kicking me out of ketosis for a short period, but because there's pretty much no carbs, I will be getting into ketosis really, really quickly, and when I fast, I'll be getting into a really good state of ketosis. Even when I do OMAD, I have tested, and I do get into ketosis for a majority of the day. So that is a huge bonus as well. Another reason why I want to do this is to detoxify, and so I won't be eating foods that are bringing in toxins. I am going to be, we are lucky enough to live down the street from local farmers who do grass-fed beef, and so we do buy a quarter to a half a beef at a time, and we just got one. We also got a moose last year, and we do have some deer meat. And we do raise our own meat birds, so our chicken is free-range chicken from our backyard. And then any eggs we will be buying from a local farm, so they'll be free-range eggs. So it'll be detoxifying, getting rid of a lot of things in my body. Another reason why I'm going to be doing this is to change my relationship with food. I eat when I'm stressed, I eat when I'm happy, I eat, when I'm bored. I have just a really bad relationship with food. I do, when I'm stressed, have a tendency to binge eat, and I binge eat on foods that I should not be eating. And so I want to change my relationship with food, so I really want to get into the exercising, because exercising when I'm stressed is huge for me. It really does help. Also, it's hard to really binge eat on a lot of protein because you do get full, you feel satisfied, you don't get the blood sugar dysregulations. So I'm really hoping, I know I've done a 30-day carnivore challenge in the past, and I had amazing results, which does bring me to a thing about the honeymoon period of any new diet or lifestyle is that when I first started doing fasting and doing carnivore, I did really good because I was excited, and it's just like that honeymoon. When you first get involved with somebody, you're so excited and you put everything into it, and then over time it kind of becomes you lose the honeymoon phase. So I thought if I did these videos for you, it would bring some more excitement back. It would bring the honeymoon back into doing a carnivore and fasting focused lifestyle, and doing these videos will keep me accountable because I won't want to cheat, because I won't want to do a video telling how I cheated. Whether or not in the 30 days I do end up doing a video on that, I know by doing these videos it would be less bad, less often, and all of those things. So this will help me stay accountable, and I am really hoping that by sharing with other people and sharing my results, that this will help you. So I did this morning get on the scale. So I'm going to show you. So right here is a picture of my scale, and I took some pictures. So here is a photo of my pictures. And then maybe in like 10 to 12 days, I'll do another one. And then obviously at the end of the 30 days, I'll be doing my final. And, you know, throughout, I'll kind of keep track of pictures and the scale. The hard thing about the scale at my weight is that I am working out a lot. So I'm thinking that the scale might not budge a lot, but I'm really hoping that in my pictures that it does budge a lot better there. So that is another reason why I'm doing this, is I would like to lose a little bit more weight. I have been doing keto for about 4 years. I have lost about 20 pounds. I've been able to pretty much keep that off, but my weight does fluctuate by 4 or 5 pounds, and that is depending on my lifestyle. So when I do let a little bit more carbs come in, a little bit more wine come in, I end up gaining more weight. It shows in the scale, it shows in my muffin top, it shows in my lower abdomen. So when I'm really strict, I do find that that's like the first place to go, which is like a saint. So I want to get back in there, and I do want to help motivate other people to do the same as well. Let's see, another thing is I'm hoping that doing a strict 30 days with lots of fasting and carnivore, that I will be able to manage my insomnia and my migraines. As soon as I stray a bit, it seems that they come back in really like taking over my life. So I really want to get a manage on that. And I know once I get going, it's much easier to keep going. But when I fall off, it's really easy to fall off. So I'm hoping that, you know, me doing the videos will keep me motivated, and your comments, right? So if there is anything you're doing that is working, please comment below, because it does help me keep going. And you know, the more we kind of share, we'll just kind of keep each other on track and keep going. So those are the main reasons why I am doing this. I do want to quickly just explain how I'm getting started. So yesterday was the last day of the year. At my local gym, I go to a CrossFit gym, 902 Athletics. We did a New Year's Eve workout together, and it was pretty insane. So I'm just going to quickly tell you what it was, so you can see why I'm doing what I'm doing today. And I did work last night. So I got up yesterday morning. I went to a workout at 11 a.m. my time. I went in, I'd only had a coffee with a little bit of keto cream, which is like an MCT oil and collagen and AC11 and all of these good things in it. And I had drank some exogenous ketones. So I went in fairly fasted, and I did this workout. So this is what it was. I did 31 push presses. I did start with weights, like a bar with weights. I did my push presses, and they were at 45 pounds. I did 31 pull-ups with an elastic bar. I did 31 snatches. If you don't know these moves, it's kind of like a bar, and you bring it up over your head. I started with 45 pounds. I found that too hard, so I did go down to 35 pounds. And then I did 31 sit-ups, and that's where we touch the wall behind us, legs straight and touch our toes, 31. 31, it's called toes to bar. I can't do that yet, so I was hanging from the bar, and I was bringing my knees up and really engaging my abs. So 31 of those, 31 push-ups, 31 box jumps, and my box is 24 inches high. And 31 back squats, and I did that with a 45-pound bar. 31, we were supposed to do double unders. I ended up doing 62 single unders, so skipping rope, and I did them unbroken, so I ended up probably doing like maybe 150, because for me to get 62 unbroken, I did a few times 30 and I kept messing up. So finally I got my 62 single unders unbroken. And then I did 31 thrusters, so that's with a bar in front of me and dipping down and then coming up and over my head. I ended up doing that with a 35-pound bar. I am just getting started in the CrossFit world, so I need to be kind to myself. And those of you that don't know, with my bike accident, I did do a lot of damage to my shoulders, to my lower back, my knees, and my collarbone. And so I have to be, my shoulders are very sensitive, so I have to be very kind and just do what I can. Then we did 31 lunges, 31 burpees, and 365-meter row. So I did that yesterday at 11 o'clock, like I said, just with my keto cream and my coffee and my ketones. I did that. I did yesterday do pretty much carnivore. I ended up having a cup and a half of hamburger with a little bit of butter. I do use a little bit of seasoning, so I used a little bit of garlic salts and a little bit of sea salts. Had that. I went to work. I did have to work last night. It was New Year's Eve, and I work in a restaurant. So I did, when I got to work, I did have another small coffee. I worked until about 12:30. I drove home. I got home just after 1 a.m., where my 20-year-old son had probably a dozen kids here. So I came in the door. I did end up having 2 spicy sausages. They were grass-fed pork sausages that we do get from a local farm here. And stayed up until 2 a.m. with some of these kids, chatted with them, went to bed. So this morning I was tired. So today is day 1 of a 30-day carnivore challenge. And staying up till 2 a.m. is not my norm. I usually try to go to bed between 9 and 10 p.m. I am that girl. So it was a little rough start. I got up. I will be doing my carnivore with coffee. So if you want to call the carnivore police, whatever, I am going to try to do at least a few 5 and 10 day experiments throughout this month without any coffee. I did just before Christmas do a 10-day without any coffee and pretty much carnivore. So I can do it. It's just staying up to 2 a.m. I was pretty exhausted this morning, so I did that. I am drinking what's Cole Robbins, if you watch his channel, does like a snake juice. I can put a link down below with my snake juice video as well. But basically, I'm putting pink salt and no salt, so like a potassium, in my water to help with electrolytes. I do find them dehydrated, especially with working out a lot and with all the inflammation I've had from my past and a lot of keto over the years. I have flushed out a lot of things, so I just like to replenish my electrolytes. So I did that. Then at, I would say, 1 p.m., I ended up having a cup of hamburger with some butter in it. And I had a little bit of the garlic salt and a little bit, I put a like habanero salt in there as well. And then I did 2 full slices of really thick homegrown bacon that a friend just gave me the other day as a Christmas gift. So I had 2 slices of that, my cup of hamburger, and I did put a little bit of butter on that as well. And then I have, this afternoon, I did have my snake juice, and I did put a little bit of ketones in there. And now tonight, I am going to have anywhere between a cup to a cup and a half of ground hamburger again. And that will be it. That will be day number 1. I didn't do a workout today because yesterday was so insane, and staying up until 2 a.m. I was pretty exhausted. So I decided to treat myself, and I just had a bath where I put a cup of Epsom salts, a half a cup of magnesium flakes, and a half a cup of baking soda, and then a few drops of essential oil in. And I got in there and I did a half an hour bath where I actually listened to a couple other YouTubers that I've been following, and maybe I will down below just kind of write some of the YouTubers that I follow. I can't remember all of their names, But they kind of inspire me. They keep me motivated. So that's why I thought if I did some videos, maybe I would help motivate others. And so that is day number 1. And so every day I'm going to kind of explain what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and really showing my results, sharing what is working. But today's day 1, so there's not a whole lot to share quite yet. I have, in the month of December, I ended up putting on about 4 or 5 pounds because we went to a lot of Christmas parties, a lot of social gatherings, and a lot of things that were not keto or carnivore got in there. And I kind of was just like, you know what, it's the month of December, I need to let it go. And I will be starting January the 1st, launching off and hopefully flushing and getting rid of all that and moving forward, because that's our life, right? So anyway, so I hope that this has helped you. Please comment below anything you're doing. If you have any questions, we'd love to hear from you. If you want to kind of follow along, please subscribe, and there's a little bell there, and if you click the bell, you'll get notifications when the videos are coming up, and then you'll get to see kind of how my journey's going, and maybe it will inspire you to do some self-experimenting as well, so you can be the best version of yourself. Anyway, keto on, and have a great night.